Hello everyone, welcome to Mathas Bridge. We train and learn. Let's get started. UML introduction. In today's agenda, we shall go through UML definition, modeling concepts, look for few aspects of why we need modeling in software development, how UML is going to help us. Let's get started. UML, Unified Modeling Language. The UML is a graphical language for modeling computer programs. Modeling means to create a simplified representation of something as a blueprint models an house. UML provides way to visualize the high-level organization of your programs without getting made down in the details of actual code. UML is a pictorial language used to make a software blueprints in a nutshell. UML. UML is a graphical language for visualizing, specifying, constructing, and documenting the artifacts of software-intensive system or systems. UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. UML is the program language independent. UML is not a methodology, does not require any formal work product. UML is not a software development process. UML is a standard visual modeling language. UML is used for modeling a business process, analysis, design, implementation of software-based systems. UML can be applied to diverse application domains. In software engineering programming languages, we have a procedure-oriented programming language, we have objective-oriented programming language, logical-oriented, rules-oriented, and constraints-oriented. We are familiarized with algorithms, which we use in procedure-oriented programming language. We do identify classes and objects related to the classes in object-oriented programming language. We do have, if-then rules in rules-based, programming language, things like that. Unified modeling language is a standardized general-purpose, modeling language in the field of object-oriented software engineering. UML includes a set of graphical notation techniques to create visual models of object-oriented software systems. UML combines techniques from data modeling, business modeling, object modeling, and component modeling, and then can be used throughout the software development lifecycle and across different implementation technologies. UML designed by committee. The UML begins as a three separate modeling languages. One created by Grady Bose at Rational Software, another one by James Ramberg at General Electric, and third one by Ivar Jacobson at Ericsson. Eventually, Ramberg and then Jacobson joined Grady Bose at Rational, where they become known as Three Amigos. During late 90s, they unified their modeling languages into a unified modeling language. The result was adopted by Object Management Group, known as OMG, a consortium of companies devoted to industrial standards. Designed by the committee, what that means is many interested groups participating in designing a UML. Everyone wants their favorite approaches, isn't it? Right? The result of these efforts becomes a many features under one umbrella of UML. Let's look at model. A model is a simplification of reality. A model provides a blueprint of a system. Model may be structural and behavioral. Structural means which emphasizing the static structure of the system. Behavioral emphasizing the dynamics of the system. Model in the context of software development can be graphical, textual, mathematical, or program code based. Models are very useful for documenting design, analysis the results. UML is primarily a graphical modeling tool. However, it often requires a text explanation to accompany the graphical model. In software development, we do deal with a small systems, medium or complex in the nature. Any complex system is best understanding by making some kind of a diagrams or pictures. A good diagrams will help our understanding better in simple way, isn't it? A diagram, a picture is worth of 100 words, have a good impact on our understanding. A single diagram is not enough to cover all aspects of system though. We do have a multiple ways in which the system can be represented. UML defines various kind of diagrams to cover most of the aspects of the system too. So in a nutshell, diagrams will help us understanding concepts in easy way. That's what this model helps us. Now the question is what we can do with model. Model helps us to understand the problem thoroughly, communicate with a technical and non-technical audience more easily, finds errors and omissions, ramping up new developers quickly, navigate the source code, which is very much useful, by leveraging modeling concepts, can plan new features before programming takes place, and many more. Let me ask a question. Why do we need models? Let's see. We build models so that we can better understand the system we are developing. Models help us to visually represent a system that we wanted to build. Complex systems are too complex to understand directly. We know, right? Build a models of a complex system because we cannot comprehend such a system in its entirety. Models abstract the important features of a system early. Communicates your vision of a system to customers. Develop and test the architecture of a system. Models allow us to specify the structure or the behavior of a system. Models gives us a template that guides us in constructing a system. Models document the decision we have made during developing the models. Need of model in software development. Once the models of the system have been constructed, can be used for a variety of the purpose during software development, including but not limited to analysis, specification, code generation, design, visualize and understanding the problem, and testing and etc. Note, though the UML is generally used a model as software system, it is not limited within this boundary. It is also used to model a non-software system like a process flows in a manufacturing unit. UML is a language independent. We know UML is a graphical language for visualizing, specifying, constructing, and documenting the artifacts of software-intensive system. Visualizing. The UML is more than just a bunch of graphical symbols. Behind each symbol in UML notation is a well-defined semantic. If one developer can write a model in the UML, and another developer or even another tool can interpret that model unambiguously. What we specify in UML. Building a model that are precise, unambiguous, and complete. UML is not a programming language. However, its models can be directly connected to a variety of programming languages in constructing a software development piece. For documenting, UML helps us creating a document. In software organization procedures, all sort of artifacts in addition to the raw executable code we can document. Artifacts includes requirements, architecture, design, source code, project plans, prototypes and releases. UML can be used with all processes throughout the software development lifecycle and across different implementation technologies. UML, a technique to communicate easily. UML diagrams help keep track of relationships and hierarchies between important lines of code. While these diagrams look similar to some decision trees or flowcharts, they have unique attributes. Simplifying something as complex as a barrage of code is extremely useful for engineers and non-technical stakeholders. It allows them to stay on top of the projects they are working on and avoid getting lost in the endless complexity inherent in the software programming. UML diagrams also divide the components and subcomponents that are essential to building a piece of software. Let me re-articulate why we need UML modeling. Bringing new team members or developers, switching teams up to speed quickly. Complex applications need collaboration and planning from multiple teams and hence requires clear and concise way to communicate among them. Businessmen do not understand code, so UML becomes an essential communication tool for communicating with non-programmers. Essentially, requirements, functionality, process of the system. A lot of time is saved down the line when teams are able to visualize process, user interactions, and static structure of the system. Navigate the source code is much easier if you have a proper UML modeling in place. Plan out new features before any programming takes place. Communicate with the technical and non-technical audience more easily. No standardization of models, notation, and process. It is just a popularly used techniques in software development and non-software development as well.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell icon and please leave the comment. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to the upcoming sessions.